This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter and welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, December the 28th, is a kicker in the NFL who's very legendary, winning 4 Super Bowls. 3 with one franchise, 1 with another. He actually played 2 seasons. 10 or more seasons with 2 teams, which is a rarity nowadays. He's the only player to score 1,000 points for 2 different franchises. And he actually retired this past year at the age of 49. Well, now he's 50. He is Adam Vinatieri, a 24-year kicker for the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. He's the all-time leading scorer in 2,673 points. Has a lot of field goals, through 599 field goals, so that's about 1,700, that's 1,797 of those points were on field goals. The rest were by singles. Postseason points and overtime field goals made, 12. 12 field goals in overtime, wow. Vinatieri joined the Patriots as an undrafted free agent in 1996, where he played 10 seasons with the Pats and then went to the Colts, just in time to see the Colts win Super Bowl 41 against the Bears. And then it was the only Super Bowl. So he has 4 Super Bowl titles as a kicker, the most in history. A lot of people would obviously think that, Pittsburgh's kicker, like Roy Gerela, would have the most. But no, Roy Gerela only won, 3 Super Bowls? And then they went with a young Chris Barr. But anyway, he's known for his crucial field goals in NFL history. So anyway, he was born in Yankton, South Dakota, and he wanted to be in the military at West Point for the Army, but he returned home to play for San Diego State University, an IAA school. He actually went to Amsterdam for NFL Europe to be a kicker and punter. But the Pats, after 1 year with Amsterdam, the Pats decided to sign him as an undrafted free agent to be the kicker. He would compete against Matt Barr, the guy who's famous for his 5 field goals in the 1991 NFC Championship game to knock the 2-time defending champ San Francisco 49ers off. Looked like Barr was going to be there and all that. But they went with Vinatieri, mostly because Barr couldn't perform kickoffs. Vinatieri would play 10 years, the Pats playing in 4 Super Bowls, winning 3 times, which was amazing and all that. In fact, his first Super Bowl appearance was in his rookie season when the Pats went to the Super Bowl against the Packers, but lost 35-21. Unfortunately, one of his kickoffs was returned by Desmond Howard for a touchdown for the Packers. It was the only time Vinatieri lost a Super Bowl. He did okay, but then he basically, in 2001, went to Lore. Oakland took on New England in the snow. Of course, this was the Tuck Rule game. However, Vinatieri still had to kick a 45-yard field goal into a swirling winter wind to tie the game. If Vinatieri missed that kick, then, the Tuck Rule wouldn't be that heavily influenced. Anyhow, he kicked the field goal, and then the Pats did it again, another field goal. Vinatieri would kick the field goal on the final play to send the Pats to the Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl 36 against the Rams, which was a shocking win over the Rams, who were 14-point favorites. Ironically, 2 years later, he would be in the same situation. He kicked a 41-yard field goal with time left to sink the Panthers in the Super Bowl. It was amazing. Vinatieri was still a pretty good kicker and all that. He would score a field goal and 3 extra points as the Pats defeated the Eagles in Super Bowl 39. He looked good. At the conclusion of the 2005 season, he had a career field goal percentage of 81%, 5th highest in NFL history. When he was with New England, he had a lot of community stuff, including helping Christian athletes and the Highway Safety Bureau. All that. Vinatieri would be the team's all-time leading scorer until Stephen Gostkowski, his replacement, actually beat him in points. In fact, the Pats didn't give his number 4 to anybody till Jarrett Stidham in 2019. After the 2005 season, the Patriots decided to make him a free agent. He wanted to play for either warm weather climate or a team in a dome. Thus, he signed with Indianapolis. The Colts needed a kicker because Mike Vanderjagt went to Dallas. So Vinatieri was given a 5-year contract. Anyway, Vinatieri was huge and all that. He was perfect in kicks at the RCA Dome. And the Colts got to Super Bowl 45, ironically beating his former team, the Pats. The Colts won 29-17 as Vinatieri was 3 for 4 on field goals and, strangely enough, missed a point after a touchdown. Missed an extra point in the game. But it was Hunter Smith who fumbled it away. Anyway, it didn't matter. The Colts won by 12, so Vinatieri did his job. Vinatieri was great and all that. He was the postseason's greatest kicker, and he was just amazing for the Colts. Unfortunately, in 2009, Vinatieri had injuries and couldn't play and all that. Matt Stover was instantly signed by the Colts. However, Vinatieri did come back near the end of the year. And Vinatieri wasn't the kicker in Super Bowl 44 when the Colts lost to the Saints. I did not know that. So Vinatieri looked pretty good in 2010. He was kicking everyone around. And he looked good. Kept going. And all that. Still kicking for the Colts, still doing well. 2018, his season was a lot of milestones and all that. When he kicked a field goal in week 1 of the 2018 season, he was the oldest player to hit a field goal of 50-plus yards, which was amazing. Well, it was born in 1972, so it was 49. So 72, so he was 46 when he did that. Wow. In week 2, he became the second kicker to get 2,500 points. And then week 3, he tied the record for most field goals by a kicker with Horton Anderson. Of course, in week 4, he hit a pair of field goals to be the field goals leader. All that. And so Vinatieri week 8 against the Raiders actually became the NFL leader in points scored with 2,550 of them. Vinatieri would do his 24th season in 2019, but he was having a little bit of problems, missing field goals and all that. And he finished the year on injury reserve, and he would retire after the fact that he didn't play in the 2020 season. He was the last active player to play in the 90s, so he retired just before this season. And his 365 games were second in history behind Morton Anderson's 382. By kickers, of course. So anyway, yeah, injuries just ruined him. Like, if it wasn't for injuries, he would have had, what? It would have been at like 379. He would have been close to Morton. But he finishes with 599 field goals on 715 attempts, 83%. Point afters, he only missed 24 of them, well, 97.3% percentage. And, you know, his point total, 2,673, that's amazing. For the guy to score more than 100 points a year, almost every year, all that. The postseason, you know, he played 32 postseason games, 56 field goals. So, Why not? 4-time Super Bowl champion. 3 with the Pats, 1 with the Colts. 6-time AFC champion. Part of the 2000 All-Decade team in the NFL. He has lots of records in history. Most points, most field goals, most consecutive seasons scoring, 24 seasons. Most regular season wins by a kicker. Second most regular season wins by a single player in any position. 226 is behind Tom Brady. Most seasons with 100 plus points by a player, 21. Most postseason field goals, 56. Oldest player to make a 50 plus yard field goal at 46 years, 33 days. Most field goals in a Super Bowl. Most field goals in a single postseason, 14. Most overtime field goals, 12. Most consecutive, 44. Field goals. I can't believe he has that record. Amazing. Vinatieri doesn't really have a wife. I don't know why. But anyway, Vinatieri's nephew is a kicker for South Dakota State now, so that's good. So yeah, I gotta see all the field goals, overtime field goals in Vinatieri's career. It would be nice. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.